Hey everyone, it's Toyhouze, and today we have a fresh round of leaks coming in from the internet. There are two in particular that are incredibly interesting. Number one is that it is speculated that the Burning Crusade beta has begun, but that in fact is not true. But what we do know is that there were a number of screenshots leaked where you were able to select different realms, such as the Burning Crusade Classic Beta realm, and you could actually select it. And if you put your mouse over it, it would say you can't play Burning Crusade Classic Beta yet. We also have screenshots of the launch screen being up, along with customization options, including ray trace shadows in the Burning Crusade Classic. Now, this led a lot of people to believe that the beta had started and that simply the invites were not sent out, and particular to the people who discovered this. However, was later confirmed that the beta is not already out, and that none of this is actually true. This is actually a bug. But really what we can draw from this speculation is that the Burning Crusade Classic Beta is probably right around the corner. We're likely to see an announcement of Burning Crusade Classic Beta in the coming weeks, since this is already starting to be revealed here. So this is actually really great. I think that this is really indicative that probably we're going to see beta either this month or next, which is super exciting. And then also the other leak is that we are likely to see a new mount introduced in the Burning Crusade Classic. That's right. Recently data mined was the Viridian Warpstalker mount. Now this mount is something that originally was not in the Burning Crusade and will be most likely in the Burning Crusade Classic, based off of data mining and also some thoughts. There was a leak a few months back by someone claiming to be a Blizzard employee and mentioned that there would be a Warp Chaser mount. A lot of people didn't believe that. However, that's kind of, specific to just make up. And honestly, during BlizzCon, Blizzard did make some interesting claims about providing, I quote, something special for holders of deluxe TBC. And deluxe TBC was a version of the game you could buy, back in 2007. They did mention that if you did buy the deluxe version of TBC back in the day, that you would get, those deluxe items back in the day. However, this is something entirely different, because this particular mount, this Viridian Warpstalker mount, this has never been in TBC. So I think what's probably going to happen is potentially a TBC Classic Deluxe version. So not a TBC Deluxe, but a TBC Classic Deluxe version, which will include this Viridian Warpstalker mount, as well as a free character boost. I think this is most likely what's going to happen. The leaker had mentioned that there would be a boost to level 60, not 58, so perhaps that was a change since the leak. They also said during that leak that it wouldn't work on the new races, so there is some merit to what was being said there. So I think we're likely going to see something like a TBC Classic Deluxe, as well as seeing this mount introduced into the game. So I'm interested to hear your thoughts, and I think it's kind of cool. There are speculation that this mount will also be available in Shadowlands for those interested, and I thought that was very interesting. There are other people who believe that this is not going to be a mount that you can just get from the deluxe version of Classic TBC. Rather, they believe that potentially we are going to see store mounts introduced in the Burning Crusade Classic. Now, if you're not familiar with store mounts retail, essentially you can just pay real money to have mounts. Most people, I'm probably pretty sure you're familiar with it, but if you're just only playing Classic, then you might not be aware. But there's a whole store full of mounts, pets, and other things like that where you can pay real money for it. Now, this is actually, I think, also likely because with the introduction of a character boost, you're able to get more money from players, and you're probably going to start setting up a store, while people are there going and buying their boost. Oh, hey, look, there's this Viridian, what is it called? Viridian Warpstalker mount. And, you see that mount and you're like, oh, might as well, I've got my credit card out already, so why not buy the Viridian Warpstalker mount. So that's definitely possible, and maybe this is just the beginning. In Wrath of the Lich King, we slowly saw the introduction of mounts that you could buy. So maybe TBC is similar, where you're finally going to start seeing some additional store-bought things. We start with a character boost. Well, now there's character transfers, there's race changes, faction changes, all of these things from the introduction of a store. Now, this is all speculation, of course. We do not know for sure that there is going to be a robust store. We only do know that you can buy a boost, one per account, which to me sounds like a store wouldn't necessarily make a lot of sense if you can only buy one boost per account. So perhaps this is going to be a TBC Classic Deluxe version mount, but ultimately we will have to wait and see. I'm actually really excited. I think that adding some new content that does not shake up balance, that does not change the game fundamentally is fine. Introducing things that cost real money, I'm a little bit less enthusiastic about, due to the fact that, when the game becomes pay to win, sort of like the character boost, it's not necessarily fun for those of us who like an organic experience. We worked hard on our characters. This isn't a private server. There is no accelerated XP. There is no, character boost. But now there is. So, I guess I'm okay with these mounts. I mean, neutral. I'm not super excited about it, but I think it's kind of cool that they're adding it. I would more prefer mounts added that cost money. They're like cost gold, right? Like it was something added to the game that would require you to do something rather than take out your credit card and purchase it. But I guess it is what it is. We're gonna have to find out. But I'm very excited for the potential of TBC beta coming out in the coming days. So likely we'll probably see an announcement, I'm sure, actually, before, an announcement of an announcement, as Blizzard typically likes to do, before we see any sort of classic beta. But we'll see. I know that there's the Friends and Family classic beta. Perhaps this was a bug and that has begun. We don't know for sure. All speculation, of course, but definitely we're seeing some movement on Blizzard's end. So, with that said, everyone, thank you for watching. I am so excited for the Burning Crusade Classic, and I hope to see you in Outland soon. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.